Do it, do it, do it. Let's go live and talk about what if and other stuff, because we've got Brick Slopes Convention. We were just talking in the green room a little bit, Mel, and Moto. There's a little connection with Larry. Welcome to the show. Larry is in the same lug as Moto, and we got a sneak peek of a bunch of stuff on Hope
I
Castle.
knew Michael before he was a Lego master.
I
didn't invite me to be his partner, though.
Uh-oh, there's a shade.
That's like me and Mel. I was like, I know Mel before he was on a Lego Masters. We could have been a team, Mel. But anyway, it'll probably be me and Larry next year. That's what I'm going for.
There you go. There you go. You know that is so, you know what, that is so much politics, man. Like, you know, you signed up for Lego Masters, and not to say I'm a lucky guy. Well, yeah, I'm a lucky guy, but a lot of people had called me. It's like, hey, look, can you be my partner? Hey, can you be? And I'm sitting there like, nah, I already picked mine already. But I was like, I couldn't tell them that because it's supposed to be hush hush, right?
Mm-hmm. You're like already in auditions. You haven't flown out here yet.
But it's funny, they tell you not to say nothing, but then you have producers saying, "Oh no, that guy's in there. That guy's in there." They told me you were already in there. It's like, oh.
Well, let's keep going down that trail. We'll have spoiler discussions. Maybe Willie or something will come in. But we had a Brick Slopes convention that had a bunch of Lego Masters there, including Moto and Susan and Jen are in that area. They're the Utah moms, and boy, everybody had something to show off. Boone was down there.
Boom.
Season 1. I still need to leaf through some of those photos, but I saw somebody did like some turntables, like full on DJ decks and mixer, and that I've never seen before.
Really?
That lay out life-size techniques,
mm-hmm.
and they probably at least turned, and the mixer looked proper. So
okay.
Kudos to them, I would say. That was the standout build for me just because I used to DJ.
DJ, please.
On the request line. I know it. Gotta know those tunes like okay.
Yeah, man. It was pretty cool, man. I didn't get to go. I was supposed to go, but my flight got canceled, and trying to rebook a flight on the day that it get canceled is pandemonium. And I wasn't gonna fork over any more cash than I had to, but I really wanted to go. I wanted to see Cody and all them, man. I really wanted to go. It hurt my heart. But I had Jen Smart actually called me and Sam on a 3-way. And we got to look around, and I guess it was right before they started doing the autographs, and the line was ridiculous, man.
Wow.
It almost had that Bricks Cascade. Now granted, look, Jesse, look, Larry. Nothing's gonna top Bricks Cascade.
I don't think so.
Because if you like, I guess me finally, hitting stardom, and then you looking at this long line of, and it was like a 4-hour wait to get, to shake a Lego Master's hand, at Bricks Cascade, and so, but nothing's ever gonna top that. But it was
like when the lottery goes to $500 billion and everybody goes in line and gets a ticket.
Yeah. Wow.
And then somebody wins and it goes back down to 2 mil and people are like back to normal.
Right, back to normal. Yeah. So
it looked yes, that's cool insight. So they had some lines of people going to get autographs.
Yep. They got sets get autographs.
That's cool.
And it was great, man. They had looked like they had a very good turnout. A lot of great builds, like you said, man.
Yeah, Moto did a little tour last night on Reed's stream and got to see some cool stuff.
Right.
Yeah, half of it belonged to Moto.
Yeah, seriously.
He had his own table.
Half the floor, and like, okay, this is all me right here. And I'm like, okay, there's like one other thing. I thought here's a castle. That was Boone's or something. Then he goes back to the artwork, and he's all right. Here's my cat head and my wolf hat head and a bunch of other stuff. And
he walked away with 3 awards. pulled a hat trick.
Right.
Hat-trick awards.
I'm glad he did, Larry, because the dude had his own lug section.
Oh yeah.
He had his own. He had the whole section. I mean, imagine you the dude that got one little small table, and then there's the moto section, and you looking at your bill that you looking at your little bill. You looking at your little bill, and you looking over at. I mean, can I move, please? Can I move? Can I move to the other side? Can I move to the other side, please?
Yeah.
He stopped in on Brick Hive's stream this morning, and he had just got everything packed up. So he was showing. In fact, he's doing it on Julian's stream right now, showing the inside of the U-Haul van that he got and how he had to pack everything up and built special wooden crates for some of his builds. And you got to haul that stuff over the Rocky Mountains, man.
It's funny you mentioned that because I remember him saying, I think he was on one of our streams, Jesse. We was doing I think we was doing like a verses or something like that. I think we were doing verses or something. And he had mentioned like, and this was like, I don't know, like December-ish maybe or something like that. And he had mentioned that, you know, he was going to go, no, that's what it was. We were doing a stream on his Mad Max build. And he was talking about how to build a crate. Like he was going to do a video on how to build a crate, you know, custom crate to, you know, ship your Lego. And lo and behold, he's building crates. He's engineering crates.
Yeah. It looks like they survived. Decent drive from Denver to Utah.
It is, man.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's not just a straight line either.
No.
It's climbing and it's canyons and switchbacks and
Gotta have some good torque, and your vehicle has to handle it. Man, especially weighted down. Been there, done that in the Brickmania van myself a couple times. We showed up to Brick Slopes, and we wanted to get something else in. Something was happening. I think Adult Swim was doing a Rick and Morty kind of thing in one of the parks, and I was like, dude, we should go check that out. And by the time like I had thought I'd clocked it in, you know, but after doing all the ups and downs and the miles, it took a lot longer to get to where you were going. And like if you just want to jump across town, it's like, oh, doesn't seem far away, but it's not a straight line like there's. All right, what else is going on? We got I have a set in front of me. I am doing the Ironmonger Infinity Saga set because we got
love that one, friend.
We got another mech, but
the
characters are good, and I see some pieces in here that are new, and that's always good.
Yep, you're gonna love that one.
Like just the stand for Iron Man. Maybe they've done that before. The splash thing with two holders, so you can stand up right in there. That's kind of
sweet.
What else? We got the show. We're gonna talk about What If. We could talk about Spider-Man trailer. That was pretty hot this week.
Yeah.
My grocery store is putting these out early.
Oh, you got some
lucky duck, Larry.
CMFs. Doc in the house.
Did he get more? Did you get more CMFs? Is that what he's doing? I'm leaving.
I did.
I am leaving.
I got a white Vision and a Monica Rambeau and another Sylvie. I have 3 Sylvies now, 2 unopened.
Man, I don't even bother looking until the street date. If I see him in the wild, it'd be it.
I've been to 3 Walgreens now.
That's where people are saying Walgreens.
And they're like all of my Walgreens. Like maybe they might be out like tomorrow or something because they've cleared out space everywhere to bring out, I guess, all of the Halloween junk or whatever. But I couldn't even find Lego of any kind at the Walgreens. They were like, shelf labels saying, "Look, here's the Spider-Man car with the Ghost Rider would sit here, and then some of the little, micro fighters would sit over here." But they were all empty. All the Lego was gone. So it was just like, okay. Just wonder if it was on sale or something at the Walgreens, and I was running around at Walmart and Target, and I should have been hitting up the Walgreens the whole time. I might have actually been able to get some clearance crap.
Man, you get your Lego on the left and you get your COVID on the right, right?
Man, no
That's
doubt.
convenience, man. That is convenience.
I run around. I'm on the north side of town, and it's just kind of not happening on clearance on the north side of town. So
No clearance, huh?
So we got to wait till Tuesday
Tuesday
or
will be
Wednesday.
The first is Tuesday, I believe.
Tuesday, okay.
Yep. It
Well, a
is.
bunch of new sets at Costco today. They had Boba Fett's Starship.
Oh, they didn't have it at mine. They had Grogu.
They had lots of Grogu stills. They said the Grogu and the 3-pack of the Marvel mechs.
Yeah.
And that's what they've had for about, I don't know, a month. But then they added, there was the surf shop crater set and a really low part, I don't know if it was a fire station or a police station. They had the Fett's ship. They had the the Avengers compound battle. I really want to get that one because I just want the van. I just want the brown van. The Exxon van.
I want the van with the time machine, man.
It didn't have a whole lot of it was really a bunch of dumb extra stuff that I was like,
The first is Wednesday. Encouraging A's telling us that in the chat. And Chef T's here, hey, and lurking is Troy, Agent's mom.
Is that like Mr. T? Yeah, pity the fool.
And they had their chance to make Lego tacos too, to fit in the big fig Hulk hand, and the little Lang guy hand.
Yeah. Oh, and they had Advent calendars already. Yeah, they had Star Wars and Marvel, and the only reason I would get the Star Wars one is because you get Grogu with a Christmas sweater on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'll be shopping at Target for all that stuff because there's no gift with purchase throughout September. I don't.
I think
the Advent calendar you should get at the Costco just because it'll be $10 cheaper. Because the Marvel one isn't it $39.99 normally? And the Star Wars, they were $29 at the Costco.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you should get at least that at the Costco.
Like 18 to 20% off.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
What's up, Ivan?
Hi, Ivan.
But I feel like the figures in both of the Advent calendars are just recycled figures.
Yep.
The only thing that is just like even the miniature of Thanos is like they've used that in the mech and they used him in the micro fighter. So it's like I feel like they just got a bunch of extra figures. They're like, well, we're done making Black Widow sets, so throw her in there. That way we can get rid of that inventory. We've got 1 billion Iron Man helmets. Let's just throw that on last year Poe Dameron's sweater.
Put a candy cane in their hand
done.
and call it.
Just like the Star Wars one, it's a Tusken Raider, a Snow Trooper, and a regular Stormtrooper. And they got a mountain of those. They're just like, throw those guys in there.
Yeah.
They should have at least Christmased them all up. Like, look, they're all wearing scarves. Like Mandalorian has got a printed scarf, so it's like, or put the scarf piece that they've already made in there and went like, no, this goes on, on the Stormtrooper. You put that on.
All right.
It's the battle of the CMFs.
All right. So let's talk about some what if. We got a panel here and we have episode 3 to break down. So if you're just tuning in to a spoiler show and you didn't watch it, or maybe you fell asleep during this episode because
I fell asleep, did he? Okay. There's a review right there.
They tried to wake you up by showing you what day of the week it was. Tuesday. Wednesday. Wake up.
Just that last minute editing. They knew that stuff was hot garbage, man. They knew it. But they put it out there anyway.
So we're talking about the world lost its mightiest heroes, and it's a whodunit scenario where they don't tell you whodunit. They don't tell you the Nexus event. They don't tell you who the switcheroo character is. So very unlike the first 2 episodes where right away we know Captain America switching with Peggy Carter or T'Challa into Star-Lord. We have a mystery on our hands, and they just start killing off Avengers.
So the Watcher, because like in the first one, the Watcher says, here's the moment. Peggy Carter chooses to stay behind instead of going, with that other group of people on the other side. And then the Star-Lord one, that he's like, and then he went outside the barrier and look, he was picked up by a spaceship. But he's not the Watcher doesn't introduce this one and go.
Yeah, no, he introduces like Earth's mightiest heroes, and he kind of runs down a scenario of them coming together. But he's like, "But that happened in another universe. We're going to show you." Yeah, we're going to show you something else. But he doesn't say anything about it. Like they just go in, they show scenes, iconic scenes. Iron Man eating the donuts.
Right.
That was spot on. And Black Widow hitting him with the injection pin to get him off his hangover, and then he just drops dead.
Yeah.
So you think does it take place in the Peggy-verse?
I think it still could be an arc, a story arc.
No, it can't be in the Peggyverse because at the end he goes and finds Cap's shield.
Oh yeah, because then there wouldn't be Cap Shield and any of that stuff. There's definitely it's not connected.
Okay.
And it's not in the T'Challa Star-Lord because Cap's shield is
right with the Collector,
of the
Thor's hammer. Yeah. On and on.
He's deceased. Such a crap.
I still hope like there's some story arc where maybe it's a whole nother universe where they do bring in 5 different characters from 5 different universes.
Right.
What if?
Right, exactly.
Maybe.
Yes, they become like the multiverses Avengers, and they travel from
multiverse. Yeah.
They're all different variants from wherever, and they team up.
So
because it would be cool to see Peggy and Star-Lord, T'Challa Star-Lord together and everything,
Yeah.
What I didn't do was I didn't go back and watch the Ant-Man, and I hate to jump everything in front, right? But I didn't go back and watch the Ant-Man. I didn't. I probably should have, but
What's up, Vic?
All right, let's talk the story, and then I'll come up with something.
You're spoiling the whodunit.
I'm not. Now, I just find it a little bit tough because it's like, all right, something happened, and I want to, get to the meat and bolt. Something happened before Nick Fury started assembling the Avengers, because it seemed like he was in the process of assembling. Every time he showed up, something happened.
Let's break it down because people know. Yeah. Basically the Nexus event is Hank Pym is, going evil. And, I don't know if Ant-Man probably didn't exist because he's not letting that guy steal his suit.
Right.
But we did have a hope. It's all about hope. It's all about hope.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm guessing the Nexus event is Hope joining Shield.
Which he wasn't dead.
I'm trying to reconcile that storyline because so Hank worked for Shield. We know that.
Yeah.
And Janet.
What's up, cheap ass?
So at what point does Hope get recruited for Shield? Because she's working for what's his name that made the Yellow Jacket armor.
Oh yeah.
And duplicated the Pym particles. So she's working for that corporation in the Ant-Man, in this timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But in this what if story a couple of years ago, she died as a Shield agent. And then they talk about because Black Widow mentions the mission where she encounters the Winter Soldier, and
Mhm.
that's the mission supposedly Hope dies on. So, did she die at the hands of the Winter Soldier?
So Bucky's
So,
out
so
there.
is that the Nexus event? Hope joining Shield. What if Hope Van Dyne joined Shield,
Okay, right.
and then she dies? Then Hank loses his mind. Blah blah blah, and then
Right. At what point did that snap? So, yeah, it's because Hope died and the mom figure, the other wasp, both wasps, or both Janet Van Dyne. So that's the Nexus event. That's the spoiler of the spoiler show. We need to watch Ant-Man over a little bit because this is about Hank Pym. That was a deep cut, I think, for them to throw at us because like who's killing the Avengers, you know?
oh yeah, I
So,
wouldn't have in a
and
million
you don't
years.
see them coming. So I was thinking maybe Ghost, you know, which is also Ant-Man, right? Because she can
Mhm.
kind of phase.
Yeah, she was in that movie, but she didn't shrink or anything, but she could phase.
And be invisible and stuff. So I
Yeah.
thought maybe Ghost was going around taking these guys out. So we talked about Monday. That's Stark getting offed, and Tuesday they focus on Mjolnir and Coulson and Fury, and they do the whole new
and lavender scented Thor.
I mean, honestly, man. Honestly, I thought it was Coulson, man. Like because you get to the point where you get in the middle of it, and it's like it's a whodunit story, right? And so I'm like, man, I bet you it's Coulson over here setting because every time he's on scene, something bad just start to happen. It's like so I bet you it's Coulson, but I was completely wrong, man.
He has the inside lane. He knows all these characters, right? The Avenger Initiative. He's got all their playing cards. Well, yeah. Other than Thor's hair, I don't know what to say about that scene. Hawkeye,
chance, man. They didn't even give him a chance. They just
Hawkeye's up there, and then the lightning strikes, and an arrow flies, and he's like saying, "I didn't do it. I didn't do it." And I'm like, "What do you mean you didn't do it? There's nobody else up there shooting arrows out of the sky." And there was a scene with Widow that was kind of cool, actually. Probably the best part, maybe, of the episode was she's handcuffed in the back of a van with a bunch of SHIELD agents, cracking a few jokes, and then gets herself out of the handcuffs and starts just smacking those guards all around. Animated style, like a punching bag. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the way they animated that and how she like took out 3 guys with 1 leg in the air. She's like, kick over here, kick back to the kick. Yeah, it was awesome.
Strong. I don't know how she disappeared. Was that another Hank Pym thing?
Nah,
because she didn't die right there. That was because she could have shrunk.
She
just Black Widowed out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that scene was cool. But now we have also what's Hawkeye's alias?
Clint Barton.
Clint Barton in SHIELD custody, and he just drops dead.
Yeah, and he drops dead while they're talking right in front of him too.
What kind of whodunit story?
Second time.
There's zero evidence so far of what happens to 3 major characters, and nada. Like they're usually the audience has like a clue of what's happening, but the other characters don't. Like Fury and Coulson don't know what's going on, but we see some shadow or no shadow, nothing. Like it's just I don't know. It was just kind of
Felt like he was
And they
getting
didn't offer up like red herrings for you to be like, oh, it's clearly, like
Clearly,
Mel,
right.
Mel was all like, it's Colston. Every time Colston is here, something bad happens.
something bad
Right.
happened. Right, that's what I'm thinking.
I didn't pick up any clues. I was really going, just looking anywhere for anything. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, for that show, I mean, for the time frame, for the runtime, it's a little tough. But
Yeah.
It's only half an hour too, right?
So we get 5 days of the week, and we're on Tuesday, and we get to Wednesday, and then the investigation starts to go down. Maybe if you're really into deep cuts, something you could trace. Black Widow goes to see Dr. Ross at a university in Virginia, and she's good at dodging shields. So she's like, "Hey, check this out. What's in this shot that I killed Tony Stark with?" And she figures out that it was more of like something was in there and projectiled out. So that's like that's our first hint, really. But like that's like so far down the line, and like who's thinking that a miniature guy shot out of there?
Exactly.
yeah, and even when you get the exposition piece at the end where Hank's
Yeah.
rolling out his big evil plan, it doesn't explain how he killed Tony. I mean, he
he went in there. What do you do? Pulled the plug on his arc reactor.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, we're not impressed. But
Didn't kill them all though.
in comes Tom Hiddleston to save the day.
Yeah.
Loki so the Rainbow Bridge comes down, and we see Loki and an army of Asgardians, and it's like he is in control because Thor's dead and he's out for vengeance. And he's got the ice box. I don't know what to call that thing with the
Casket of Ancient Winters.
Wow. That thing can do some damage.
That's what I figured that Doctor Strange must have opened up inside his house, because it was in the Doctor Strange movie. They mention it that it's there.
Yeah, and he kind of tortured Loki when he dropped him through that hole, and he kept dropping and dropping and dropping. Maybe he went back and got his revenge. So yeah, it's going to be a short discussion. Other than some theories, I have, I mean, it was cool to see the voice actors when they used the right people. Tom Hiddleston did Loki, spot on. But different people voiced Black Widow,
and Tony.
Yeah, it's kind of off. I think Dr. Ross too was not.
Yeah, I kind of got past that a little bit. Like that some of these actors aren't they start recasting actors to the iconic people that we know.
The voice.
If you ever played Avengers: The Earth's Mightiest, it's a total recast.
Yeah,
they don't even look like the Avengers now. So, and it's like it's totally different. It throws it off a little bit, but then who's who. So.
Yeah, I loved even some of the bit characters came back, like Renlo reprised his role. That's always cool. But I mean, it doesn't really bother me that when you can tell it's somebody else doing the voice. I don't care.
Yeah,
it's animated. I mean, we should be used to that.
Right. Yeah.
So when I was first watching, I'm like, what's this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday stuff? And I didn't realize, and in all the stuff I've watched, I didn't know about quote unquote Fury's big week, when all this stuff was supposed to happen all in 1 week.
Yeah.
I was not aware that was a thing.
Hulk and Thor and Iron Man.
Yeah, because it seemed like he recruited Tony, and then it took a while, for things to go. And then he recruited Cap, and then
Yeah, so Cap should have been on Friday, although that was weird because when they found Cap on ice, did they? Let's see. So I
Did
mean,
they find him?
Fury, no, nobody knew that he was there. That was a surprise that they dug that plane up and found him.
Yeah.
So how would he know to go there unless that just happened on Thursday or whatever?
Well, Friday, basically, at the end of this
Right.
episode, they
Because
show
Fury's busy on Thursday. I mean, he's got to go to Greenland basically. So I don't know. There's a big plot hole though with the whole thing, and it's Thor. Because when Thor comes to Earth, that is Earth's introduction to the Asgardians. But supposedly he's already on Fury's Avengers Initiative list. Otherwise, how would Hank have known it? I mean, that's a big plot hole. Huge plot hole. Explain that.
Probably a plot hole in any universe.
Well, at the very end, at the expose that Hank does, he says, "Oh, and you totally would have recruited Thor." Well, that's just lazy writing. I mean,
Yeah.
So yeah, that wasn't that did
Well,
not.
he did that and set up Hank, Barton, so a Hawkeye. So that was a 2-for-1 on Tuesday. Tuesday, 2-for-1. All right, we're pretty much, well, we're not quite on Thursday. Widow's in a library, and she's using Coulson's password, Steve, Steve, Steve. I love Steve. Hashtag Steve. I was like, oh my gosh, that was a little over the top, but in an animated show, it was all right. Anyway, she kind of sees a shadowy figure behind her, but we don't see this person again. Like, you do not see it coming. That's why, again, I'm like, this person's invisible. It's the ghost. So they have to be like invisible. But apparently it was Ant-Man. OG Ant-Man. Gone mad. Anyway, she was wondering why Hope's password had been used, and she's dead. And that was the clue that we're going down the Hank Pym breadcrumb trail. I don't know. Anyway, Fury is recounting his initiative for the Avengers, and he almost calls Captain Marvel. He gets the pager out, and then he thinks about that line. It's all about hope, and he's like, okay, wait, it's Hank Pym. We're gonna go catch him at the graveyard. I don't know.
Was Scott Lang in the episode at all?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
so. That might have been like a clue on Thursday that, hey, that's one Avenger we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Did they kill Falcon, or they don't consider Falcon an Avenger?
Well, that's all because this was all Phase 1 Avengers.
That's later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is
and only because they did the Captain Marvel story as it occurred in the 80s or the 90s.
Yeah.
Was Fury aware of her existence?
Yeah. So she technically is the first Avenger. I mean, the whole team is named after her. She had the nickname Avenger first. Well, this is what's happening Thursday. San Francisco in a graveyard, and we see Michael Douglas voice a very crazy looking is it Yellow Jacket kind of Ant-Man merger, kind of, because he's evil, right? He's got like the stingers.
When he took on the Yellow Jacket mantle in the comics, he was a real D-bag. He smacked his wife around, and I mean, it was.
Yeah, he smacked Janet. Yeah, everybody was just like, you need to go down, pal.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool that they made him into that persona versus just keeping him as Ant-Man.
Yeah. I mean, that was the whole twist of this.
That was a cool callback to the comics.
So, what if Ant-Man? So he's trying to fight Fury in this scene, And little do we know that Fury made a deal with Loki, and it's Loki actually there, looking like Fury, jumping around, swatting him down. Yeah, he was like flying through the air, doing cartwheels. Like, whoa! When did Samuel L. Jackson get this?
Superpowers.
This. So he multiplied, he got bigger, and then we see that it's Loki magic basically, and they take down Hank Pym, and I don't know what they're gonna do with him, and I don't know what I mean. It's crazy. He made a deal with Loki on Friday, so we'll just cruise right back into the Friday. I need like a banner for the thing. Loki's addressing the United Nations at New York City, and he's addressing Earth as these submissive creatures and that want to be ruled. Speech comes out again, and wow, like nothing is there to stop him now. I mean, when he did that speech the first time, I think it was Widow and Cap. I mean, Cap stood up first because it was definitely like, right up his alley to stop this this kind of overtaker. What did you guys think was going to happen then? Like, so did, I mean, do we even know? Like, there's nothing. So we talked a little bit, like Fury goes to Cap's shield, uncovers his shield in the ice, and he says, welcome back, Captain. But Captain Marvel's standing behind him. So he's actually talking to Captain Marvel, not Steve Rogers. So it seems like in this universe, we get a reboot of Avengers 2.0 with Captain Marvel as the first recruit, taking over Loki, already in charge, basically. That would be a crazy what if. We need a what if episode number 2 on this one.
Yeah, that's the problem with the episodes is there's not going to be any epilogue. There's not going to be any follow-up to to the story. So it's just kind of like, yeah, it's a nice story and all that, but we're not going to get the next chapter in Captain Carter or the next chapter in Star-Lord T'Challa, So it's like, So that's why I felt like they should have spent more time instead of them being half an hour long episodes. They needed to be, a little bit longer so they could delve more into the what if and the changes.
Or part
of that,
1, part 2. I think, like, we've been disgruntled about this episode, this whodunit episode. It would have been nice maybe to see it, somehow show those teasers a little bit better, and then cliffhanger us, and then give us more after they show who did it, or I don't know.
Well, I think I like it that way, to be honest, because it's very true to the comic books.
Yeah.
They were all one-off stories. And if you
took
every, Nexus event down that timeline, you've got, so much programming to watch. It'll be like, DC on the CW.
Yeah, more than enough.
So because I remember with reading those comics, you get to the end and you're like, okay, well, it's a whole new world. Wonder what happens.
Yeah.
Well, they usually ended badly too.
They usually ended with some kind of an apocalyptic event. That's true. That's what I loved about it.
He's like, whoa, it didn't stop apocalypse that time.
Other than so I know Marvel Zombies is coming up as a what if story, and that was kind of more of a mini series where they expanded that story a bit. I don't know if they knew what they were doing during that, but yeah,
I've only seen the covers of it. I've never read any of it, so I don't know anything about the whole Marvel Zombies. It should be entertaining just to see your favorite characters turned into,
that's about it.
Bloodthirsty zombies.
I don't think
Who's going to be the hero in it? Is it going to be a zombie that resists? his being turned into a zombie, or are they going to take over and it's just going to end? Look, the world has been taken over by zombies.
I don't think you're missing anything in the plot of those comics.
I mean, it'd be cool, like if the villains rose up and became hero-ish, became vigilantes and like took out all of the superhero zombies, because they have a chance against them because they're zombies, so they're not going to have their full range of abilities. They're slowly rotting away, and after so much time, it's going to be like, come on, why haven't you fallen apart? What's going on here? You're not magical zombies, because I thought they were created by a meteor that crashed and somebody got infected or whatever.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I don't know how they can do that, and I guess paint that picture the right way as it was in the comics on Disney Plus, because all these superheroes are eating people in the comics.
Yeah,
and when they eat, in my understanding, I haven't read. I've seen a couple of them, but I haven't read the whole thing. But as they eat, if they become satisfied with their hunger, then they kind of their mind comes back and they kind of realize what they're doing.
And they're horrified.
They're horrible. Well, some of them are, especially Spider-Man, like loses his mind every time because I guess he ate Mary J.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. And probably ate Aunt May too,
Aunt May or something like that. Yeah, so he like every time he comes to, he's like, is a complete mess because he ate his family. I mean,
yeah, because you would come to in the middle of, because you wouldn't need to eat your entire Aunt May. You just start chewing on her, and you'd be full after like chewing on an arm or whatever, and then you'd be like, "Holy crap! It's Aunt I'm holding, I'm eating Aunt May. She's in my arms. Holy, that's when you'd come to. So yeah, I'd be like, "Holy crap! Where's a gun? Can I shoot myself?"
Shoot myself.
It'd just be horrific, man. And then the body horror too,
So I don't know how they're gonna do that, but what if more what if to come. This was not my favorite so far. My favorite is Raid in Order. Number 1 was the best.
I laughed the most in the T'Challa one. Just it was just funny. It was a funny one.
Yeah,
it was a good funny one.
I'm digging that one definitely. After I like kind of rewatched Guardians, I'm like, okay, I get this humor. I get how fast they're kind of running around and doing their hijinks. So I don't think rewatching Ant-Man will help me with this episode.
No, because then you might be like, oh, they did use a fire from a syringe thing, or he launched out of a whoopee. I just wonder if at any time watching the episode, can you see a little black dot moving around like it's the little Ant-Man?
Right.
Because the camera just was, he was there. The camera just wasn't focused on, a little tiny dot moving across the ground. You just didn't notice.
Yeah, I like the way he. Only thing I liked about this episode was that they kind of broke down how the little, how the evil Ant-Man was tearing people up, and like I think the best part was how he ripped the Hulk to shreds.
Oh man, yeah, we didn't really talk about that, but
yeah,
he unbiggins the Hulk's heart. And he blows up from the inside out.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And it makes sense because it's like the only thing that possibly could kill the Hulk would be the Hulk.
Yeah,
and he did it from the inside. That was
wild.
Yeah.
Well, how did they show that? I mean, on Disney Plus rated PG.
I mean, he's green. So
yeah,
all the guts was green. He just
so it's green gush. It wasn't red gush.
He just got green and big, and then he just blew up green.
Yeah.
Blew up green.
You can show guts as long as they're green. They're not red, right?
So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
Well, why don't we go around the horn? Give it a 1 out of 5 for this episode.
I haven't seen it yet, so I have to give it a nothing. I can't rate it. I've been having toilet. The toilet had to be taken out. The floor. No, I haven't had time.
You're not too far off with that score.
Right, you're not too far out. You're not. So you're still in the game, Doc. I'd give it a 2.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Gonna give it a 2. Out of 5.
Out of 5.
No, at a 5. Damn, not even a 3.
Not even a 3. I'm
Nice.
giving
I
it
don't know if I
one.
even want to watch it now. It's just kind of like, well,
Hey, Doc, tell me about that reverse double vault. You know, that double vault with the twist on the end that kind of gets you over the 3, but they didn't complete that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
dang.
based on
I'll give it 1 point for killing off superheroes because that's always a fun story,
yeah.
and I'll give it 2 for the Black Widow fight. I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty.
That's it.
Well.
I'll give it 1.5. It's like, yeah, it's down there. Yeah, I give it 1 for trying this storyline, and I give it a 0.5 point for trying. Trying to do a whodunit, you know, but like they just didn't give us the audience needed some evidence. What's going on?
Right.
Right. You gotta help us along. It's like the mystery book where they announce the killer. It's nobody even know. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Ivan's phone died. Oh, he's back. What do you guys? Oh, hey, Brick Babe. Do you let us know in the chat? Rate this episode if you saw What If episode 3. Let us know what 1 out of 5. I don't think anyone's gonna give it a 3 or a 4, but
if you give it more than a 3, I want to know, where do you keep your eyes in your ass?
What were you drinking that night? I need that drink.
That was ridiculous, man. Like, and it was tough, man, because you're like, all right, come on, let's get on with the story. You know, because there's a buildup. It seemed like every bit of it was like a build up, and it's like, all right, where are we going with this thing? Only to have Loki actually running Earth. And I don't know why he's so obsessed with Earth. Like, all the planets you can rule, you want to rule Earth.
Well, when they showed any of those previews where you see Loki with the Asgardian army behind him, I in my head I'm like, okay, that's going to be the episode where Loki gets to take control of Earth, because that's in my mind. I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's going to be how he does it.
Right.
Unfortunately, there was no fighting involved. He just stepped in, which is
well,
also.
I thought you said he made a deal with Nick Fury.
Yeah, but you know, Nick Fury, I like Nick Fury because Nick Fury is like Abraham Lincoln, where they're making double deals all the time, right? So he made the deal with Loki, but then he's going to assemble these new Avengers to get Loki the hell out. So that's probably what's about to happen. You probably won't, and you say, Doc, you probably won't see that sequel to that part of the episode probably until season 2.
Yeah,
that would make perfect sense too, because then Loki was the first bad guy the Avengers fought. So just changing up how the Avengers were formed, but they're still fighting the same bad dude. They're still going against Loki.
They're out there.
New set of Transformers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, they had plenty of Transformers at the Walgreens. Fully stocked.
Well, let me.
Here's hoping episode 4 restores our faith in the show.
Is there a preview? Do we know what it's going to be?
It's supposed to be Doctor Strange story. Where
I think Doctor Strange.
Perfect.
And it's evil Doctor Strange versus himself or something.
That's kind of what, but well, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Doctor Strange, let's talk about that Spider-Man trailer.
Oh, let's.
It happened to drop a trailer this week.
I can't wait till December. I can't wait. There's so much that can happen from now to December. Like, you know, you can physically miss it because you could die, right? But, you know, and that'd be it. You know, you'd be sitting there trying to plead the guy like, wait a minute, I just wanted to see this movie first.
God'd be like, you're in heaven. Of course, it's playing right now on the big screen. What are you talking about?
But,
this is heaven.
Right. I hate that it's so far away, because then, like, this is the trailer that gets you to go watch the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed us just enough, right? They
better not over trailer us, because now that it's been released so early, each trailer is going to have new footage, and it's like, don't give us too much, you know, but at the same time, we want more, you know.
Right.
Especially we want to see, like, I wouldn't be more interested in just seeing, even if it was just like to flash and go, oh, look, there's Tobey Maguire. He doesn't have to say anything. Don't have to give a scene context or anything. Just, there
Could've
he is
been-
in the movie, and
could've
show us
been,
everybody
like,
that's going to be
Justice
guest
Andy.
starring. But they also might want to, like, keep some of that back and be like, surprise,
Yeah.
But at this point, so many people have, the cast list is known, and this, that, and the other thing. So it's like, come on, just show us Andrew Garfield, show us, Tobey Maguire, show us,
That's probably why. That's probably why they pulled back his image, because I heard that they showed it, but then they pulled the image back. They pulled it back, so now you can't find it. But they showed
because so the trailer leaked the same day that it came out, and I didn't look for it because I knew it was coming out that day, and I just didn't want to go on a hunt of some leaked bad footage of somebody filming a TV screen, and
Well, they filmed a phone. It was a phone filming another phone, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
I watched the first 30 seconds. I was like, I can't watch this. I'm done.
That's not.
Oh wait,
we got an awesome trailer. Let's break it down. I don't have it in front of me, but
and I noticed no images this week. What?
Yeah.
I
mean, how about some hand drawings next week?
don't even disenfranchised. That's why I'm surprised he gave it. He gave it a what'd you give it, a 1.5? Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, 1.5. Getting a 1.5 because he blocked me last week. The big mouse took the hammer, and I had to cut half my content. So I'm giving it a shot. I've done no video before, and we can kind of get through it. I thought it was cool to show the video, but it's not worth it if they're gonna to block everything we because the guts of the whole show is in the middle. So so no content. I'll try to get some screenshots next time. I don't know. But everybody's seen the trailer. I think a handful of times as far as Spider-Man. There's I don't even have notes. I usually have notes for this stuff. But MJ, we got MJ in the beginning. They're sitting on the roof talking about how one of his spider powers is to hypnotize women, and
that's what people are speculating. They're just like, he has every power of every spider. Yeah.
She has a great comeback in there. Yes, Lord, my Lord, Spider Lord.
Yeah. And didn't he say, I wish, or something?
Something, yeah. They have good chemistry. So let's see. There's that, and in the school, everybody knows Peter Parker. So we get basically him webbing around. J. Jonah Jameson and the Daily Bugle is on every screen all over the city, showing Spider-Man. We do the split screen thing where he's got kind of like the Spidey sense thing, but it's Peter Parker's face on half and Spider-Man on the other. That was a nice little Easter egg.
So this movie is more like if Spider-Man met Tom Hanks and Big, and they go down to the genie, and he rubs the magic lamp because he done found it. So in this case, the genie is Doctor Strange, the wizard, right? And he rubs the magic lamp. I wish that my identity, like no one never knew I was Spider-Man. And you rub the lamp, and then you just all of a sudden you're in this crazy world.
Yep. He gets the monkey paw wish, basically, where you wish for something, but something goes, the way you say it can be twisted. So in this case,
because you can see when it was casting the spell, Doctor Strange was like quick talking because he kept changing the parameters of the spell, and so you could see it was unstable even during the casting. It's just kind of like he's gonna blow up in your face.
It was unstable when he walked in the door. I'll give you 5.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's all frozen. He's wearing that,
number
parka
1
underneath the cape.
What's up with sweatpants Doctor Strange? That is a variant we have not seen before.
Nice.
That is not the right Doctor Strange, and it's not MCU Sony, but you have that angle too. It's MC, so you have Sony Doctor Strange, you have sweatpants Doctor Strange. You're like, who is this guy? And so right there, that was a clue for me that his magic is off, and or it's somebody playing with the powers and doesn't really care about the consequences. Because the place say it, Mephisto.
Had a Mephisto in my throat. Got it up.
Right. I don't think it's Mephisto, but what do you think if he's already dealing with repercussions of the multiverse and he's trying to keep it within inside the house?
Maybe.
Yeah. Something. I mean, that's when they first spoke about the multiverse, when Peter went to visit Doctor Strange that one time, and Mysterio was helping him at that point. And anyway, yeah, that's not Doctor Strange. I don't know, man. That's somebody. I don't know, Mephisto. It's evil Doc. I like that. What if Doctor Strange, evil Doctor Strange, and from another multiverse could be like swapped out with him, and because he's definitely, it's just different.
That's when he called him Steven. I'll allow it.
Yeah, he's like,
he's like,
Steven.
no, you can call me Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I mean, that's a clue.
Hey, kid, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. We saved the universe. I'm still Doctor Strange.
That was a big clue. Also, you're right on.
Yeah, that was great. It was kind of a nod back to when they met on the ship in Infinity War. Oh, we're using our made-up names. Well, I'm Spider-Man.
Exactly. I'm not. I'm a doctor. Yeah. You will call me doctor. You know.
I rewatched Doctor Strange the other day, and it was fabulous. It's so Inception.
Right. Looks like we're getting
so,
more of that action.
We're gonna get more of that. So I can't complain. That's one of those things where I know it's nearly impossible to do with Lego. But someday I would love to do the mirror dimension something in Lego. It'd be crazy.
Oh, okay.
Where the windows are twisting and things are upside down and sideways.
Oh, if Jesse can't build it, it's got to be a tough one. Normally Jesse would be like, "Oh, I already built that. Here, let me show you. Look, the building's even full. Check it out."
Yeah, the best
thing just moves.
The best was our group chat. And Willie's like, "Did you see that same scene with Wong going through the thing with the suitcases?" I was like, "You mean this?" And I already had it built. I was literally working on it at that moment because I already have the same.
So funny.
And I know how to make the fire ring. And I found the suitcases that totally matched the thing. And I found Wong. He was missing for the longest time. I was like, "Oh, there he is." So,
and you think that leads to Shang-Chi?
Don't lose your Wong, Jesse.
Oh, that's right. We got in a couple days, Shang-Chi.
Yeah, you think he's walking through that portal to go fight in the arena in Shang-Chi? Because the director guy said that the movie takes place now, pretty much in the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
well, it could through the portal. It shows the training temple place from the first Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like he's just going back to school or something. I don't know.
In a tangent way, he's going back. He's going somewhere, but I think it will lead him to the Shang-Chi storyline. Not indirectly.
But isn't he also in charge of the Hong Kong house? So he might just be headed back to Asia just to go back to his duties of master of that house.
Yeah, as long as.
He was the librarian. He's got to go.
He's got to go
back to
checking all those return books.
That was so funny, Beyonce.
So, Shang-Chi will be out before our next show.
Yes. So
yes, on the 3rd. Yeah.
Next week.
See it before next Sunday, though. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to.
Oh. We'll give it a week or two. I don't know. We like to break these down, but we kind of missed the boat with Black Widow too. If we don't talk about it at least the week of, we should try, whether you saw it or not. I'm definitely going to go out and see as many Marvel movies in the theater as I can.
I'm going to try. I'll try before Sunday.
And that looks good. Yeah, thanks. That's coming up right next week. Is it next week or the week after? think it's a week after because the 1st is a Wednesday.
Yeah. So
It doesn't come out till like the 7th or something, right?
what? Shang-Chi comes out
Yeah.
Friday. This Friday,
The 3rd?
the
Okay.
3rd.
Okay.
3rd.
Well, we lost Doc. All right.
You need to screen your panelists a little bit better. Make sure they've seen the show. Don't let any random Tom, Doc, or Harry in here who hasn't seen it.
Man, yeah. What are you showing up to my? I always give heck to people that he kind of played it off like he didn't say he didn't watch
I know.
it. He's like, but he was asking like, what happens? What happens? I was like, I don't think he's seen it. Anyway, I'm happy to have a panel and continue this show in any form or fashion. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks to our chat. We had a few people checking in. Ivan and Brick Babe and Brett's Builds was here. And
We had
Chief Ass and Fick and Bricks were here from Holland and Ballin. Holland and Ballin. That was cool. Agents of Mock lurking and Chef T and encouraging A. Some people I don't know. Everyone else I know. But you guys I know. Thanks for being here, and we can just hang and do some builds. I didn't get too far on this because hosting and doing a build at the same time does not work.
It's great, don't it?
But I opened the box. I got 2 pieces of the Ironmonger. It's like little separate sub builds, the whole thing. What do we got coming up? It's September around the corner. Let us know, Iceberg, if you want to do another versus, when that'll be, what kind of theme. We haven't discussed it at all. It's kind of nice to take a break. So we usually do that later in the month.
Yeah.
Larry, see you on Friday. My co-host of co-hosts.
Yeah. We're a dynamic duo on the YouTube.
Yeah, not sure what direction that Friday Night Bricks is going, but we're trying to help. But Reed's starting a new channel for it, so I don't know. Go find Friday Night Bricks, the channel, and we'll try to promote that a little bit and get people to find their way to a new community outlet and see what happens. All right, good enough. Enough said. End broadcast.